At this time, I'm going to call to order this regular board meeting of the Mineola Independent School District Board of Trustees on Monday, March 23rd. For the record, it is 6 p.m. and a quorum is present. For the record, the following board members are present: Jennifer Abercrombie, Kendall Banks, Glenn Dawson, Jill Keonbaugh, Jeffrey White, and do I say that? Jay's absent. Okay, so currently Jay McGow is not present but is on his way, and Rod Watkins is out tonight. The purpose of this meeting has been posted according to the requirements of Section 551 of the Texas Education Code. Item B on the agenda is open forum. So you don't have one. That's all right. If you have joined the meeting tonight and you wish to address the board, now is the time for you to come forward and make your remarks. The trustees may not respond to items not listed on the agenda, but will in every way possible make sure your concerns are reviewed and if necessary, call you for an agenda item related to the concern at a future meeting. Comments should be limited to 3 minutes. As presiding officer of the board, I have the responsibility to remind you that individual personnel issues are discussed in executive session. Therefore, please limit all public comments to programs, situations, and/or issues. Item C on the agenda is executive session. Section 551.074 Texas Government Code, professional. Oh, I'm supposed to read that. So I have to get in between. The next item on the agenda is the posted executive session. At this time, I'm going to call the board into executive session according to the provisions found in Section 551.072 and 551.074 of the Texas Government Code. No final action, final decision, or final vote will be taken in executive session. An open meeting will follow the executive session where any final action deemed necessary and so posted will be taken by this board. For the record, the time is now 6:02 p.m.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for coming. Do it again.
Jill, you on the microphone?
Yeah, give me 5. Just kidding. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for coming. We're now, item D on our agenda is to reconvene from executive session. I'm now going to declare the Board of Trustees back into open session. For the record, the time is 7:08 p.m. While in executive session, no final action, final decisions, or final votes were taken. Item E on the agenda is invocation and pledges. At this time, I'm going to call on Jennifer. Oh, no, wait. We'll do our invocation first. Mr. Mize.
Hey, let us pray.
Thank you. Thank you.
Father God, we thank you for the beautiful day that you've given us. And Father, it's good to see all these people that are here tonight and all the success that our kids are having. And Father, we thank you for all of their parents and their grandparents and their family that's been able to come here tonight to see them, to be recognized at the board meeting. Father, we thank you for your blessings upon our school district, and we pray that you'll continue to bless us as we go through the rest of this year and finish it up. God, may everything that's said and done here be honoring in your sight. Give us the wisdom that we need to make good decisions to help our kids and help our faculty and staff and help our community. And we ask this all in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Now I'm going to call on Jennifer to lead us in our pledges. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
On behalf of the entire Mineola ISD Board of Trustees and our superintendent, I want to welcome each of you to our meeting tonight. Item F on our agenda is public comments. Will you look for me?
Here you go. Everybody can hear you.
You can't hear me?
Now we can. Now.
Oh, man. All right, well, you asked for it. Item F on the agenda is an open forum. If you've joined the meeting tonight and you wish to address the board, now is the time for you to come forward and make your remarks. The trustees may not respond to items not listed on the agenda. but will in every way possible make sure your concerns are reviewed and, if necessary, call you in for an agenda item related to the concern in a future meeting. Comments should be limited to 3 minutes. As presiding officer of the board tonight, I have the responsibility to remind you that individual personnel issues are discussed in executive session. Therefore, please limit all public comments to programs, situations, and/or issues. And I do not believe out of all this lovely crowd, no one signed up to speak. So item I on the agenda is consider information and action. No. G. Bear with me. Item G on the agenda, superintendent's report.
Hey, it's great to see everybody here tonight. Thank you guys for being here. And
Public
this is
speaking.
probably one of the biggest crowds that we've had at a board meeting in a long time. And it's all for good reasons, which is very positive. A lot of kid success, a lot of recognition tonight, so we're very thankful for that. Just a quick update on facilities. Our old elementary campus, which is becoming our Career and Technical Education Center, that'll be coming online to start up the next school year. And so we're very excited about having 35,000 square foot of additional space coming online for our high school. So that'll put us in a position for growth for a long time there. So very thankful for that. And that'll be servicing kids that'll be going through programs that, not necessarily, 4-way degrees or 4-year degree is not always the path that every kid needs to take. There's some great certifications that kids can earn. There's associate degrees that kids can earn that they can make a great livable wage. And we really want to tailor to those programs and help those kids earn those certifications. So got that going on. Auto mechanic shop, that's an item on the agenda later tonight. We'll start construction on that in April and look to have that finished up in November. And so that's going to be a big addition to our high school campus when it comes to service technicians in that regards. Like I said, a lot of people to celebrate here tonight. One of the big reasons why Mineola ISD is such a success is because of the Mineola Education Foundation. And they had a meeting earlier tonight that was in my office, and they're all here tonight because they've got some very special presentations to make here to the school board. And so Mr. Chairman Jason Ray is here, and there's lots of them here. I won't go around and introduce everybody. But I believe the spokesman tonight is Miss Mineola herself. And this is our Woman of the Year, recognized most recently in our Chamber of Commerce, Miss Martha Holmes, to come up and make a presentation. Y'all give Miss Holmes a big round of applause.
Well, good evening. Usually I say that we are here on behalf of the Mineola ISD Education Foundation, but I also want to add that we are really here on behalf of the many people in our Mineola community area. We are simply, our foundation is simply a facilitator and a steward of the funds and money that we are given by our many contributors and sponsors that help us do what we do. We could not do that without them. In October, we will be celebrating our 10-year anniversary. And over those 10 years now, as of tonight, after we do what we're doing tonight, we will have given over $500,000 in teacher grants to benefit our faculty, staff, and our students. With the check that we're going to give tonight, that total is $527,100. And we give grants, but we do a lot of other things as well. But that is just what we are giving to the district in grants. So tonight, we are here to present one of the largest checks, or the largest check, that we have ever presented in the amount of $105,300. We hope that you will accept this donation. That is a formality. We cannot give it to the teachers until the board agrees to accept it. So should you accept it, then we can proceed with our prize swarm that will be happening in the very near future. And we would like to extend an invitation to anyone on the board that would like to attend that prize swarm. It is kind of a secret and a surprise for the staff and for the students as well. So if you would like to attend, we welcome you. Just get with Cody and he can fill you in on the details. I don't know who wants
Okay.
Give me a minute.
All right, we're going to skip ahead on the agenda to item K2A. Do I have a motion to approve? Oh, that's the minutes. K2A, bear with me. I'm filling in.
2F. No.
Do I have a motion to approve the grants as presented? I've got a motion. I have a second. All in favor, raise your right hand. Unanimous. Thank you, sir. So now we can clap again. All right, item H on the agenda is recognitions and celebrations. Primary school.
Good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure to present our Mineola Primary School Students of the Month. We have second grade students Camilla Marquez and Dawson Elston. Camilla is a student in Mrs. Davis's class and leads by example each and every day. Her teacher shares that Camilla is a very attentive, sweet, and hardworking student who consistently gives her best effort in everything she does. She comes to school ready to learn each day and takes pride in her work. Camilla is also a kind friend who is always willing to lend a helping hand to a classmate in need. Her positive attitude and caring heart make her a joy to have in class. And Dawson is a student in Mrs. Trejo's class and leads with a helping heart and smile. His teacher shares that Dawson is a kind and well-mannered young man who shows respect to everyone around him. His positive attitude and willingness to learn make him a wonderful example to others. He is always encouraging others as well as pushing himself to be better at everything he does. He approaches challenges with a growth mindset, even when things get tricky and work gets hard. His eagerness to help others and positive attitude make his classroom a better place each and every day. Dawson Elston and Camilla Marquez. Y'all want to come over and take a picture here? Here, y'all hold your order. You can walk over and take your picture. Come on. All right, keep smiling. A couple more pictures. Coach, stand up. We've been waiting all day to do that.
Up next will be the Primary School Employee of the Month.
All right, our Mineola Primary School of the Month is our PE teacher, Samantha Boker, also known as Coach Sam. She was chosen from her peers to represent our campus this month, and her coworkers share many wonderful things about her and the way she is an asset to Mineola Primary School. Some of the things they said: Coach Sam is an exceptional PE teacher who is highly organized and excellent classroom management. She makes PE exciting, giving students something to look forward to, and her creative activities keep students actively involved. Coach Sam is an amazing teacher and works hard to make her students successful. She holds her students to a high standard and pushes each of them to be the best they can be inside and outside of the classroom. Not only does Coach Sam work on developing fundamentals and a healthy mindset for students, she incorporates many academic aspects in the gym by coordinating with grade levels on their current reading and math skills. Her activities blend athletics and academics together to give students the whole picture. And in addition, when Foursquare frustrates me at recess, I go to her and she teaches them how to play Foursquare so that they can keep playing Foursquare. Coach Sam, Primary School Student Teacher of the Month. I will take your picture. You coming with us? I'll come with you. You can take a picture.
Ms. Shine, would you like to get ready with the Intermediate School Students of the Month?
Here comes one.
Victoria. Okay, y'all stand up there. It's not about me, it's about y'all. And face those beautiful people. Good evening. It is my pleasure to recognize two outstanding fourth grade students as our Students of the Month, Mr. Jessica Mons and Victoria Paredes. First, we're absolutely thrilled to celebrate a truly exceptional member of Ms. Shook's class, Jessica Mons. Jessica consistently demonstrates kindness, curiosity, dedication, and a fantastic attitude each and every day. Being named Student of the Month is a significant honor, and Jessica truly exemplifies what it means to be a role model for his peers. He is respectful, responsible, consistently following classroom expectations, and showing genuine respect for teachers and staff. As a classmate, he stands out for kindness. He is often the first offer to help, share materials, and make others feel included and valued. And academically, he gives his full exceptional effort. Next, it's our pleasure to recognize, don't stand behind him, like get over to the side. It's your time to shine, girl. Miss Victoria Paredes. Victoria consistently demonstrates dedication, responsibility, and strong commitment to her learning. She approaches her work with focus, determination, and always striving to improve to do her very best. Beyond her academic success, Victoria is a kind, respectful member of our school community, treats others with compassion, and is always willing to lend a helping hand. Her positive attitude, strong character makes her an exceptional role model for her peers. Miss Victoria and Mr. Jessix. Okay, y'all come over here and stand in front of this, and we're going to take your photo.
Parents, y'all come on up to the bench so you can get pictures of your children.
I'm getting out of the way.
While they're getting their photos, we're going to get ready for the Intermediate School Employee of the Month.
So tonight, this is a duo combo celebration. The intermediate and middle both chose Mr. Mike Hurst. So tonight we're recognizing, Captain Mike Hurst. Captain Hurst plays a vital role on our campus, ensuring the safety and well-being of more than just 90 staff members and over 600 students each day. With 26 years of experience in law enforcement and 7 of those dedicated here to MISD, he brings a wealth of knowledge, professionalism, and calm leadership to our school. He is very calm all the time. Throughout his career, Captain Hurst has served in many impressive roles, including SWAT team member and K-9 handler. He has also competed in
this is why your knees hurt, semi-professional team roping, which tells us two things. Number one, he's quick on his feet, and number two, not afraid of a challenge, both of which come in handy on a school campus, especially middle school, right, Mr. Snook? Beyond his professional accomplishments, Captain Hurst is a family man. He and his wife are proud parents of 6 children, 3 currently here in MISD, also enjoying life as a grandparent with 3 grandchildren, but 2 here at MISD as well. When he's not keeping our campus safe, you can likely find him spending time with his family, grilling, working out in the yard with his boys, who I'm sure love that quality bonding time. Captain Hurst also serves as president of our Sound and Swarm, showing commitment not only to our safety, but also supporting our students and programs across the district. Now, while Captain Hurst takes his job protecting our campus very serious, there's one area I've had to keep a close eye on you for. You know that. It's my candy jar. I'm constantly finding him conducting chocolate inspections. I'm sure it's purely in the interest of safety, of course, right?
That's why I got this now.
Oh, okay. We'll let your wife worry about that one. Okay, what truly sets Captain Hurst apart is the way he builds relationships, not only with our staff, but also our students. Captain Hurst, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for your dedication, energy that you bring to our schools, but ultimately thank you for our safety and our leadership.
Thank you.
Captain Hurst. Oh, a picture? No.
Already flagging them.
Okay.
All right, right here, guys. Y'all can be my.
Middle School Students of the Month, Mr. Snow.
All right, Mineola Middle School is proud to present our 6th grade Students of the Month. We have Kenyon Marshall and JC Williams. Kenyon is a strong academic student who consistently demonstrates curiosity and a genuine love of learning. His teachers say that his inquisitive nature sets him apart, as he is always eager to ask thoughtful questions and deepen his understanding. In addition to his academic success, Kenyon is an active member of band, where his dedication and commitment continue to shine. JC is a solid academic student who balances her studies with impressive involvement in campus activities. One of those is as a new member of the MMS cheerleading squad. She's already shown great spirit and teamwork. In addition, JC participates in both band and choir, showcasing her talent and dedication to the fine arts. Both Kenyon and JC represent the best of MMS through their hard work, involvement, and positive impact on our school community. Congratulations. Good job. All right, we're going to go over here and take a picture real quick. While they're getting their picture taken, I went up to JC before the meeting started and said, "Did Miss Thompson tell you that you're going to give a speech today for this? I just need a 2-minute quick speech." And she said, "Okay." Yeah.
She was so excited.
She was like, "Yeah, well, let's do this."
All right, while they're getting their photos taken, we'll get ready for the High School Students of the Month.
Save the best for last. That's all I can tell you. See, it was a great picture. I told her I found an old elementary picture, and she's like, so. We have JC Jones and Kingston Strasnicki, and I dropped the ball and forgot to tell them. And so this morning they were very favorable and showed a lot of grace to me when I said, "Hey, you are the students of the month." They were like, "Okay." I said, "Bring your families tonight." So they made it happen. So I do mine a little different. I ask the kids questions just to kind of give you insight to who they are. I could sit here and tell you a lot of good reasons why they should be the student of the month. They could have got it a long time ago because these are very, very good model students. So I asked them 2 questions. What are you involved in? Give us a little insight. So we'll start with JC. She's involved in FCA, which is a good program that we got at our high school. She also put on here, she's involved in women's Bible study, which was like, whoa, that's awesome. She's a part of TAFE and FCCLA, which is part of the education pathway that we have at the high school. She loves to focus on outside things like Bible study and going to church. And I asked her, who's a model champion citizen, of your class or another class? Who is that inspires you? And she said, Zion Olajide. And this is what she wrote about Zion. She says, a very hard worker, and she has never given up. Even when she works or gets frustrating or it's overwhelming, she never gives up, okay? She said that Zion is very involved in school and in the community, which I hope I can be too one day. Another thing that is inspiring about Zion is her unwavering faith in Jesus Christ and her ability to not care what others think and openly spread the word of God. So I think that's a great for these kids to understand that, hey, let's think about other people and lift other people up. So we always take that opportunity here. Kingston, this guy right here could be flying your plane one day. I'm just telling you right now. He's already working on his pilot's license right now, which is awesome. He's involved in our sports marketing and broadcasting program that we started this year. And if you've been on Facebook or anything like that, or you watch some of our games, you probably hear this guy's voice. And he put on here that he is one of the on-air talents. Okay. Coach Goodson helps him out. He gave him some props there. If you don't know, follow the nest and you'll get all the good things. You'll get the best, right? He has 2 businesses. I want to throw that out there. This is awesome. I need to learn from this guy. He's got 2 businesses. One is Frontier Vending. He owns and he manages vending machines in East Texas. And the other is Frontier Trailers, where he buys distressed trailers, fixes them up, and sells them for a profit. So if anybody wants a trailer, come find this guy right here. Who's the model classmate? He said Thomas Melvin. He's a champion in my eyes because of his hard work in the classroom and also his hard work out on the baseball field. He stays focused on what he needs to get done, but also is willing to help when I or anyone else needs it. So, JC Jones, Kingston Strasnicki is our Students of the Month.
All right, our high school employee of the month.
Okay, very blessed to have this lady at our campus. This is Tabitha Morgan. And I asked the staff, I said, give me some words. Like when you think of Miss Morgan, she teaches art at the high school and she does very, very well. And I'll say this, I challenged her at the beginning of the year. I said, hey, I want you to enter this bass competition. It's a UIL event. They haven't been doing it. She's like, okay, I think I'll try it, and she really embraced it. And I was like, yes, thank you, Lord, right? She goes over there, how many was it, 3 kids, 4 kids? 3 kids, and 2 of them got 4s, which is like the highest score you can get in medals. And so I think that's a success. Stepped out of, comfort zone a little bit, took a group of kids, didn't really know what to expect, reached out to some compadres around East Texas that she knew, and went over there and competed. And so I think that's just good things for the future, right? So I asked our teachers, I said, hey, give me some words when you think of Miss Morgan. They said faithful, compassionate, trustworthy, authentic, and kind. So that to me summarizes our Employee of the Month, that right there, and just those words right there. You're thought of very, very highly on our campus. So we are thankful to have Miss Morgan here. I also want you to check out her blog, The Lost Sock. It is unbelievable. So got a lot of artwork on there. Kids love it. So we are thriving at Mineola High School because of teachers like this. So Tabitha Morgan.
Okay, Dress like me or primary medal. Come up. No, all of y'all. Y'all line up right there in front of the chairs. Come on, boys, go. Oh, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
This one right here, Riley. Come on, sis. That one. Okay. I'm right here for you. I got you. Come here. Let's. Here, we're gonna have to. Yeah, squeeze her up front.
Get on the shoulders.
Like that.
Okay, so as you can tell, I am proud to present and recognize the 25-26 UIL academic teams for our intermediate and primary campuses. This year's success would not have been possible without strong leadership at the intermediate campus. Nicole Thomas led the charge as our UIL coordinator, organizing the materials and supporting our coaches every step of the way. At the primary campus was Ms. Kinzel did an outstanding job leading both students and coaches in preparation for the competition. So we had approximately 83 students total representing 2nd through 5th grade. These students committed themselves to excellence, dedicating nearly 15 hours of practice, and that's after school. So it's after they already did their academics, mastering what the state of Texas requires of them. They went above and beyond. In front of you on your desk, on your table, you should find a roster of all participating students along with their individual team placements. There you go. Yep, that right there. As you can also see, both on paper and proudly displayed around several students, is we brought home quite bling, did we not? Quite a bit of bling. Thanks to the hard work of our students and dedications of our coaches as well, I just want to say thank you as your administrator for working hard. I'm sure Ms. Ray says the same thing.
Yes, thank you.
So we took first place overall with an impressive score of 571 points. Look at that second sheet.
See that 571 points, first place.
I'm telling you. Not that we like to brag, we just like to toot our own horn. Look at that second page. It breaks it down because we competed against total of 7 schools. At this time, it's my honor to recognize all of our UIL academic champions, students and coaches, as well as our coordinators. These students and coaches and coordinators represented our district with excellence, but also demonstrated that academic success is something definitely to be celebrated. Congratulations. And I think Ms. Kinzel also has something to say.
Oh, no, I'm good. Thank you. Oh. Great job. Our 2nd and 3rd graders, we're just so proud of you guys. You guys are back-to-back champions for our campus, and we are so proud of you guys, and know that, as you move on into the intermediate, you're going to keep excelling and keep doing amazing things. So we're super proud. Good job.
Congratulations. Is Mr. McGow trying to take your medal? I'm just saying. Ignore him. He just sits there and looks handsome. Ignore him. All right.
Do you want to put it on the hallway and do it? I don't think you can put it on the stage with the people in front of you.
Oh, that's true. Can we borrow the stage?
Yeah, do the stats.
There you go.
Put the
Take
people,
off.
The
Coaches
the
and all.
board. The board. Oh, yes, not us. The board.
No, you're not. Hey, my 2nd and 3rd graders, y'all are going to go to the front. 2nd and 3rd grade, go to the front. Go to the front, okay? That way we can see your face. Riley Richard, go to the front so we can see your face. Go to the front. Go to the front. Dane. Okay, 2 years coming. Nice, okay. Children.
Y'all can come on this side. Some of you there, some of you there.
Because there's hey girl.
Yeah, I'm gonna have you walk up there and show them, like theirs is up here. You're gonna introduce yourself, so kind of walk up there. You're talking to them, and just introduce who you are and what your project was. Okay. You're gonna walk up there, introduce yourself, and this is the project you did for that. Okay. All right. Are we ready? Okay. We cleared a room, didn't we? That's okay. Okay, my name is Patty Hawkins, if you don't know me. I've been a teacher at Mineola High School for 22 years and a grant program with Mineola and the communities and schools for 4 years at the middle school, so been here a while. I sponsor the TAFE, which is the Texas Association of Future Educators, and the FCCLA, which is Family and Consumer Science based. So these are my TAFE students, these are my education students. These are my juniors and seniors. And every year I require them to participate in the TAFE organization. They have to do some kind of project and we go to competition. I took 19 kids to competition, 11 advanced to state this year. And so they're going to introduce themselves and tell you what their projects were. So ladies, let's do the juniors first. Did my juniors show up? Oh, there you are. Okay, go up over here and just you can just say you're just talking to them.
Hi, I'm JC Jones. A little bit about my project was about an inside of our school was the topic, and it was about advisory and how it's beneficial to students and how it's a time that we can just wind down and really get our work done. And we presented to them and told them how it was beneficial, and they really liked it. And they gave us some feedback how we can do better next year, and we hope to take it to the next level next year. And that's all.
Okay. Seniors, y'all go ahead.
My name is Sophia Mullen, and I'm This is our children's literature book project. We wrote and illustrated this book. We titled it The Shape That Didn't Fit. This story follows our main character, Hector the Hexagon, on his first day of pre-K, who learns that even though not everyone looks different, no matter what size, what shape, or in this instance, what shape you are, there's always a special place for you to fit in. And we wrote this to show our younger readers the importance of kindness and of accepting and appreciating the uniqueness of ourselves as well as of others. And yeah, this is our book.
Very nice. Very nice. Awesome. Y'all did good.
Hi, I'm Maya Gonzalez. And I'm Lucy Goodson. And this is our book called A Piece of Comfort. It's about Billy, who's starting his first day of first grade. He has this stuffed animal named Mr. Bear, who he's like really attached to. And he finds out on his first day of school that he can't like carry it with him. And so this is about him navigating the tough school like environment, yes, and how he's going to get through the day.
Very nice. Thank you.
My name is Mineola ISD, and I'm Victoria Ortega, and our project is called Planet Exploration. So basically, the students would have the planets out of order, and then they look at their data sheet and try to put them in order. This is for students who have need more visuals and need more hands-on activity, and it's a fun way to learn their planets.
Very nice, lady. And we are the proud recipients of Education Foundation funds many times, and it does help us to create these projects, so we're appreciative of the foundation.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Okay.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
I'm going to take a picture by the board.
next up, Coach Tashara with Volleyball Awards.
Lucy and Mineola, if you ever looked up the words humble, resilient, and coachable, you'll find their names right alongside them. These outstanding student athletes don't just put in the work on the court and the field, they excel in the classroom as well. Earning a TGCA Academic All-State honors requires an overall GPA of 94 or higher, and both of these young ladies have gone above and beyond that standard. They are undergraduates and proudly rank in the top 20% of their class. Their commitment, character, and work ethic make them truly special, and I'm proud of them. Mineola McMahon and Lucy Goodson.
All right, next up will be our cheer award.
Hi, I'm Jenny, the high school cheer coach. Tonight we are recognizing 5 of our senior cheerleaders that received TGCA honors. Kenzie Banks, Lindy Key, McKenna Campbell, Clara Marlowe, and Katie Rojas received Academic All-State. To receive this award, they have to be a senior and maintain a GPA of 94 or higher. They have demonstrated dedication to their academics, which is not easy to do, especially when they are involved in multiple school organizations, sports, and work. I'd like to say thank you to all of these girls for everything that you've contributed to our program for 4 years. And I'm going to miss y'all, but thank y'all for everything you've done for me and for cheer.
Oh my goodness. Good job, ladies.
No, sir. Not at all.
All right, next up, we're going to do Buzz Awards.
So one of the young men that we're going to recognize is not able to be here tonight, but we talked about him last month in the meeting, and very proud of his efforts. The next person, I've only seen this guy wear a suit twice, and today was one of those days. And we like to give him a hard time from time to time, but I'm going to tell you the real story behind one of the reasons why we wanted to recognize him for our Buzz's Ultimate Effort Award. Mineola ISD just underwent a district vulnerability assessment, and those are conducted by the Texas Education Agency in response to the Uvalde school shooting, and it is a very intense process. There is a very long rubric that districts have to comply with to be successful, and we knew at some point this was coming, and I challenged Chief Gasperry, let's try to get a perfect score. There's so many things that go into that. Melissa was a big help in that. Chase was a big help. It was an entire staff effort. The chief was the leader on it and really took that personal to get that right. And he does an outstanding job day in and day out, looking at things and seeing what we can do better. And he's a dot the i's, cross the t's kind of guy. And that's what you need in a position when it comes to school safety. And so our BUZZ's Ultimate Effort Award for an outstanding district vulnerability assessment and an outstanding job done daily in our school district protecting our kids, faculty, and staff goes to Chief Cody Casper, Mineola ISD.
You're killing it on the cheering section tonight.
I knew something was up when the superintendent secretary invited me to the board meeting.
So now again, anyone that doesn't want to stay for the rest of the meeting, you are welcome to exit. And we're going to take a 5-minute break before we continue on.
Like that?
Yes.
Mac?
All right, moving on to the agenda. We're on item I. The agenda, is that where you wanted me to be? Okay. Is consider information and action items discussed in executive session. We're going to go over professional educator contracts for 26-27.
Yeah, Madam Vice President, you've been provided the list in executive session to be able to check that out and review it. And so I recommend that we approve all of those contracts that are listed. And for the media, we'll provide a copy of that page for our local media.
Are we going to do all of these together, or do we have to do these separately? Okay. Do I have a motion? I've got a motion and a second. All those in favor? Okay, thank you. Item number 2, the Wood County Special Ed, what is the SSA?
Wood County Special Education Shared Service Arrangement.
Shared Service Arrangement. Contract recommendations for 26-27.
Madam Vice President, same setup. There's a list of those contracts for professional employees. That has actually been approved by the board of the co-op, and so that consists of the district's superintendents that make that up. And so that list has been approved and comes to you for formal approval because they're a part of our finance department. They're paid through our district.
Chair would entertain a motion. I have a motion. I have a second. All those in favor, right hand. Thank you. All right. Item number 3 is new professional contracts for 26-27.
Just a couple of new contracts. One of those is Miss Stephanie Moore. Stephanie's going to teach English 2 for us at the high school. And the other person is Mr. Jason Johnson. Jason's coming to us. Stephanie's at Rockwall Heath. Jason's coming to us from Rockwall High School. Jason's going to be our assistant athletic director and defensive coordinator here at Mineola ISD, and recommend both of them for employment by the board.
Okay. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor, right hand. Thank you. Resignations.
We have several resignations, and I'll go through that list and then talk about a couple of retirements as well. But as far as resignations, we'll start at the primary school. First grade teacher, Miss Erica Espinoza. Third grade teacher in science, Miss Jasmine Burwell. First grade teacher, Ashley Barker. Third grade teacher in math, Catherine Murphy. And moving on to the intermediate campus, Miss Dusty Kirkland, fifth grade ELAR. At the middle school campus, a couple of teachers, Miss Lori Holt, seventh grade math. Mr. Bruce Silman, special education and coach. And then at the high school campus, Davin Murphy, world history and coach, and Miss Norvella Anderson, who taught IPC. All of those are resignations. And then retirements, we have Miss Cindy Robinson in health science at the high school, and Miss Donna Palmer, our counselor at the primary school.
And we have to vote to. Okay, we're going to ratify these resignations and retirements.
We're going to ratify them. Okay. I'll make a motion, accept all of them.
Okay.
Do it all.
Voting first? Okay, thank you. So now we're going to go over the district vulnerability assessment conducted by the Texas Education Agency.
So we discussed this as part of our requirements in executive session concerning school safety. And as I stated when we recognized Chief Castleberry, just super proud of everybody in the district. And Chief touched on this. This is a big team effort, and very proud of our staff and the way that they respond. They get questioned, about safety procedures and things that would happen during different events. And to be able to have that conversation and answer appropriately that is a job well done. And so we got a really, really solid DVA, and just super proud of everything that's been accomplished in the district. You've had an opportunity to see a part of that report and to make sure that that's been done correctly, and so we'll ask that that be approved by our Board of Trustees.
Do I have a motion and a second? I've got those. All those in favor? Thank you. Moving on to item J on the agenda, information items. J1 is the financial report for February. Mr. Sparkman.
All right, your cash balance is almost identical to last month, which basically means we brought in enough taxes to cover our expenses last month. So just sitting at a little over $10 million in cash. Total revenues to date, almost 16 million. Total expenditures, about 13.5 million. Bond interest holding steady. And taxes, you can kind of see there, last month we had caught up with our averages from the previous year. This month we're back a little bit behind. But I went back and I just wanted to see the prior year before that. So 2 years ago, we're almost the exact same percentages that we're at this year. So we're kind of flip-flopping every other year as to how quickly we're collecting all of our taxes. So we hope to catch up on that in the coming months. I know we had a couple of big payments come in the last couple of weeks, so hopefully we'll be catching back up on those. Any questions on budget or taxes? If not, we'll go on to enrollment. And we are sitting at 1,802 students this month, so down a few students from last month's total. Attendance percentages, looks like intermediate led the way with 96.52%. So it's good to see those percentages getting back closer to 95 after being down for a month or two from illnesses. So that should help out our template going forward to figure out how much more money we're going to get. I will say that when the property values came out start of February, we did see a dip in our foundation money for most of the year. It had us at about 14.8 million that we should expect from foundation funds. The property values came out, it dropped us from 14.8 to like 13.2. They said there was an error, they did some recalculations, now it's back up to 13.9. I'm not convinced that they're not going to find more errors, especially when it comes to the frozen levies. And so we're waiting for some more information to come out on that, and also for our tax attorneys to, they review those property value studies for us as well. So not panicking just yet, but the foundation money is showing to be a little bit less than what they originally said it was going to be. So, but attendance rates will help with that. So if we can keep on with enrollment and attendance, then we'll make up some of that difference. So, any questions on any of that stuff? All righty.
Okay, item K1A on the agenda is the consent agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes of the regular board meeting held on February 19th, 2026, the special board meeting held on February 23rd, 2026? I have a motion. Do I have a second? I have a second. All those in favor? Thank you. All right, moving on to K2B, discuss, consider, and take action on Career and Technology Education Center change orders. Mr. Mize.
Madam Vice President, you're going to see 3 change orders that have been included in our project. Number 1 is the intercom system that ties into the high school campus. We can strike that one out because it's not going to need to be a change order. I really appreciate Josh Brown and their team. They have been able to find the money through contingency to be able to make that work, and so we're very thankful for that. Number 2 is going to have to be considered. This is removal of asbestos in and around the ductwork of the HVAC systems. So originally we weren't really sure if it was going to impact roofing or how that was going to work, but we can have that removed, and it's one of those things that if you can have it removed, let's get it removed from the project. And so you've got a quote that's included in there for the removal of that asbestos, and we will notify that team as early as tomorrow that we're ready to do that and the board take action on that. So that's one item to consider for change order. And then number 3 is the flooring. The new flooring that we've been able to put in the middle school and the intermediate school and also the high school, that's what we want to put through the CTE center. There's a large training room that's going to be it's got the potential to be a really great boardroom. We're going to look for carpet for that. And so you've got maximum pricing that's in the quote that you see in the board book on the flooring. And so I would recommend that we do the removal of the asbestos and the flooring, and then we're going to come back and possibly visit some painting a little bit later. That way we want to do that building the best that we can, okay? So that's what we got for change orders on that. And we'll coordinate that through Josh and Jackson Construction, and they got us a timeline kind of lined out. We had that discussion last Friday in our meeting, so.
All right, do we have any discussion? Any questions? I have a motion. Do I have a second? I have a second. All those in favor? All right. Item K2C, discuss, consider, and take action on maximum pricing for auto mechanic shop construction.
Madam Vice President, while we were on spring break, Jackson Construction bid the project for our auto mechanic shop, and we got a strong bid package, and we appreciate JD being here from Jackson Construction tonight. JD's worked with us from the very beginning, from when we started the primary school, and obviously Josh has been a part of that, and Perry, so we really appreciate the team that has been able to work together and to get these bids. And I think JD hit the nail on the head. Very pleased with the number of bids that we got and kind of where the price points were. So it was kind of right in line what we were projected from originally when we were getting some quotes. So JD, I'll let you share anything with the board that you'd like to share with them. So.
Sure, yeah. I have a handout here too, Cody. I can pass out. I'm not sure if y'all got a copy of this. This is just a what we call a preliminary GMP, or preliminary guaranteed maximum price. As Cody mentioned, just kind of a recap timeline. We took bids originally last August, I believe, for the CTE renovations that Josh is working on right now, and at the time, renovating the old elementary gym, I believe, into the auto mech. We came up with 6 different options, working with Cody and Mineola, and it was decided in that October board meeting it was in the best interest of the district in terms of what they were getting in terms of space and pricing to look at a new auto mechanic shop. So Perry and his team worked on getting us design documents right when we were anticipating in February, I believe. And so we received competitive bids March 10th during the school's spring break. Numbers came in right where we were anticipating. I'm usually nervous throwing a number out without having any information, so I was very pleased with the numbers came in at. As Cody mentioned, we received 83 bids on this project, which for something this size is very good. I've seen projects come in with half that on this size, so very competitive numbers. It came in where we were hoping it would, planning it would, and we are also presenting the district with I think a better roof system, a standing seam metal roof that does come with a 20-year NDL warranty that's included in this package. So what we're recommending today for your approval is approving the guaranteed maximum price for the new auto mech, and that total number, the total value is $2,699,221.
Do we have any discussion, any questions?
What's the timeline we're looking at? We're planning on mobilizing and starting construction in April. The biggest lead item is going to be the metal building itself. We've been working with a subcontractor on that the last several months, just confirming lead times. So right now we're looking at a substantial completion November 20th of this year.
Is that the time we're still getting that grant for all the equipment? Barely. And it'll still squeeze in right there? Yeah. So we can't have bad weather days?
We've got, some, I don't want to say fluff, but time built in for that, right? So we're pretty confident in that. This metal building subcontractor we've been working with for years. We feel like they can deliver what we need.
Do I have a motion? I've got a motion. Do I have a second? I have a second. All those in favor? Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
All right, item K2D is discuss, consider, and take action on the 26-27 academic calendar.
Madam Vice President, y'all have seen this for a couple of times now, and so We went back and kind of looked at sent it out to the staff, got some feedback there. And you need me to sign this? Just look it over. Okay, perfect. And so no changes needed to it, and we're seeking approval for that to be our academic calendar for 26-27.
Any last thoughts on the calendar? Do I have a motion? I have a motion, a second, a third. All those in favor? All right. Item K2E, discuss, consider, and take action to certify unopposed candidates, declare them elected, and approve an order of cancellation of the May 2nd, 2026 general election.
All right, so we had talked about this last month. There was a couple of step process we had to go through when we don't have an election. So essentially last month we declared that the two candidates were running unopposed, that they would be elected. So this month we actually have the document that is the order of cancellation. And so that's in the packet, I believe, to be signed. So just need to approve that and sign the document.
All right. Do I have a motion to approve the certify unopposed candidates and the order of cancellation as presented? I've got it. Thank you very much. All those in favor? Thank you. Item K2F, discuss, consider, and take action on the 25-26 budget amendments. Do I read these out first, or do you want to do them one by one?
We can do them one by one.
The first one is accept the Meredith Foundation Awards.
All right, so this is one that we have every year. So first of all, we have the $50,000 in scholarships, which we actually received that check on Friday at the district. So $50,000 in scholarships. The other award was $79,895, which was a quote we had at the time for cafeteria tables. And so that was also an award from Meredith Foundation for a total of $129,895. And so we would add the scholarships to our scholarship account. We would add the rest of the donation to revenue, and then we would add to expenditure for cafeteria tables. The most recent quote we have has went up just a little bit, so we would add to expenditure $82,189 to go ahead and make that purchase of those. We actually don't, the RFP hasn't finished running its cycle in the paper yet, so we'll actually have to come back next month to actually approve the purchase of the tables. But this is just to put the money in the account we're going to purchase it from.
All right. Number 2 is the salary for athletic director and head football coach.
All right, so what this is basically we have calculated out what it's going to cost for that person for the remainder of this school year, since that wasn't originally in the budget. And so we have that number, comes out to $38,163.75. And on item number 3, we'll actually need to push that one to next month because we don't have those exact numbers calculated for them yet. This is including like their benefits and all, what it's actually going to cost in payroll for the rest of the year. So it'd just be the items 1 and 2.
Do I have a motion to approve the budget amendments as presented, items 1 and 2? I have a Anna, everyone voting? Thank you. Okay. I think we need to have everybody on one side. You can see them. Okay, item K2G, discuss, consider, and adopt the purchasing supplement materials. Ms. Foster.
So these are new instructional materials that biology, math at 4 through 8 and 3rd grade would like to use to prepare for the STAR test. And as y'all know, the school board is in charge of adopting all the instructional materials that the teachers are allowed to use. So I'm requesting that we purchase these materials so that we can use them to get ready for the STAR test.
Any conversation, discussion, questions? Do I have a motion? Do I have a second? I have a second. All those in favor? All right. Item K2H, discuss, consider, and take action on certification of provision of instrumental materials, the TEACS certification process for 26-27.
So as a reminder, so any instructional material that teachers use, or any really instructional material, is a lesson plan that a teacher uses, or an instructional leader. This can be a book, supplemental material, a workbook. It can be a computer software. And so we have to list this each year, and the school board has to approve this so that I can go in and be able to use federal funds to purchase this, or just say that we are covering the TEKS. And then I turn that into the state, and then I can go in and purchase the programs that we use, or then we say that we're covering the TEKS to 100%. And so what I have to do is submit this to the state. And we go through each one of the 4 core areas and have to list everything that they are using. And that's what we're certifying here, every piece of software. So even the things that the foundation is going to purchase, we will have to come back and do a form just like we did on those. So y'all see those before we actually can purchase those, because they are instructional materials. We'll have to come back and do those for them as well. So I'm requesting that y'all approve this so that I can submit this to the state.
Do I have a motion to approve the certification? I do. I do. All those in favor? Item K2I, discuss, consider, and take action on the purchase of Ethernet switches and access points using E-rate funds.
Bear with me on this. All right. So the U.S. government gives us funds for technology upgrades, like for hardware, through every 5 years. And so talking to Mr. Armstrong, talking to some others, our big problem right now is our access points. I call them wireless routers, and they're called access points. Those are from 2017, 2018. Those are really only good for about 5 years. And so we're already behind the 8 ball on that. He suggested that we upgrade our access points throughout the district, as well as our switches, which is the internet cords plug in. They run the wireless internet, makes it go fast. That's my simple terms of explaining this. So the first step is we had to put out a bid in the paper. Synergy was the only one that sent us a quote. And then after that, if y'all approve this tonight, we have to file another form with USAC, which controls E-rate. And then USAC has to approve this before we can ever move forward. And so this is really a next year project, but we have to get y'all to approve this first, and we have to submit this form by April 1st. Before we can really even start this process, other than just getting a quote originally. So if USAC approves it, they will pay for 80% of this, and then we'll be on the hook for 20%. So basically USAC will pay for, or E-rate, the fund will pay for $400,000, we'll have to pay for $100,000 next year to upgrade our technology.
Do we need another bid?
Well, it was advertised in the paper like you legally have to for 2 weeks.
You have to call, you want to call somebody, see if there's something cheap?
I can.
I just won't.
So, but Synergy, I can tell you, that's who, like when our internet goes down, that's who we use. And so that's who we contract with as far as like the software engineer, not the software engineer, but just the engineer in general. And so, but this is due April 1st. And so y'all have to approve it tonight, or we wait another year. And Mr. Armstrong's concern is, I hate to say this on camera, that if this doesn't get approved at some point soon, the government can always say, we're not doing any more money. And so you could lose out on your funding potentially next year if they decide to cut funding all of a sudden on us, like they looked at doing the federal programs this year.
But they're giving us 80% of it once approved.
Yes.
Have any further discussion, comments, questions? All right, do I have a motion to approve the purchase as presented? Yes, yes, thank you. All those in favor? All right, item K2J, discuss, consider, and take action on the district innovation plan for 26 to 31. Dr. Thomas?
This has to be voted upon by y'all every 5 years, and I have to submit the TA afterwards. The DOI it's very similar to the last 2 DOIs the district has adopted. The only differences are, first off, y'all are fully aware of the teacher certification requirements now that y'all voted on a couple of months ago, that certain grade levels, certain teacher subjects cannot be exempt anymore. They have to be certified. Planning and preparation time. So teachers can give up their conference to meet with principal, go over data, things like that. The way that the law reads is you can't do that unless they have a DOI plan where the teacher basically approves it, so that's in there now. College visits, stole this from another district. The state law only allows kids to have 2 college visits per their junior year and their senior year. I mean, you all have successful kids. I struggle with that you only get 4 visits total your junior, senior year. And so now the principal or the counselor can approve more than 2 per your junior or your senior year or both. And so that way, if you're gonna go take your kid to Alabama, A&M, Tech, and SFA, their junior year, you can do that without getting punished for attendance purposes. Hawaii. Where the syllabus has to be posted online, that's another exemption that parents will still have access to those syllabus whenever they request them, but it's not going to be required. That to me should be a local control thing, as well as when we have, like, I'll give examples. Ag teacher, you're teaching 5 or 6 different courses. For you to have to post 5 or 6 different courses on the website, to me is a little ridiculous. And then school counseling duties, counselors are supposed to keep up with what they do every day. My wife is one of the ones that hates that, and so it just does not require them to have to keep up with their duties every day. And the last one is the depository contracts. This is one that Keith has to go out and get bids every 2 years from banks, and we still stick with the same bank every 2 years because they're the ones that give us the best deal, and they also don't charge us penalties. This would not require us to do that every 2 years. However, Keith is still able to go do that. It's just not required every 2 years. So it saves him a little bit of a headache. And looking at other districts, lots of districts end up doing that. And so I never heard of that. He just told me to look into it. I did, and I started there's probably around, my guess, over 500 districts that have DOI plans, and a lot of those are claiming that because it's the same thing in every town. That 1 or 2 banks are basically the ones that are just giving you these really sweet deals that you can't turn away from.
All right, do you have any questions, any discussion? Do I have a motion to approve the plan as presented? I have a motion. Do I have a second? All those in favor? And lastly on the agenda, adjournment. For the purpose for which this meeting was called and being completed, I declare the meeting adjourned, 8:26.
Good job.
Job.
Cheers.